a little treat for you right now. Yeah, I'm a fact finder and I'll remind you, believe when I say I researched this all day, but we are two-sided pod. You need to rebut all I say with all of your ragings. Tell me why I got red hair and ginger pubes. Tell me why it's all you do. Now it's time to get drunk and go on stereo. That's the two-sided way. That's the two-sided way.
Holy shit. I think the vocals are good, but I think you messed up the dubbing with your goddamn didgeridoo. But it's the best intro anyone can ever hope for. Truly. Truly. Honestly, legally. As within the state of California in a court of law, I can legally say that's the best vocals I've heard for any intro in a show. Folks, if you're just tuning in, we're here, the Two-Sided Pod. We're live on stereo. We're just going live on YouTube. So if you the links are above. If you're on stereo, you can click in and watch our. Oh, here's the faces. Here's what we look like. It's not very pretty, but I'm not that proud either. So come on, let's have fun. If you hit on YouTube, subscribe, hit that like, hit that alert button. I promise you, it'll come to fruition at some point. It may pay in spades. It may help us have an alibi in a court of law. Like, we have 7 people on our stream. We couldn't have been, Your Honor. We couldn't.
Let's grab this here message. I really do love it. I really do.
It's so good, man. It's so fucking good. It's so good. Because I like when it breaks down. Tell me why. I'm gonna get it. The whole thing. And now if we can do, I'm gonna have that. I want the John. You just send me the clean track of that because I'm gonna put a beat to it and do a whole choreography video. Because then we can play that. It's going to be great. Oh, I'm telling you what.
That's right. That's right. Hey, what do you say we start the show?
You know what? There's no time like the present for another goddamn didgeridoo in life. Ugh, ugh.
Well, howdy.
Fucking horrible. God damn it, John.
I'm John L. Peacock, currently in Michigan. This is my boy Pete out in Southern California, and you're listening to Two-Sided, where every episode I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the fun and the serious.
And I take that challenge and I respond to you aggressively and forcefully, John. There is the right and the wrong, the me and the you. Let's get into it, baby.
Well, it's been a little bit. I want to start this out on a friendly note. And how about we have ourselves a shot?
Yeah, no, we definitely can. But folks, ladies and gentlemen out there, if you know John Peacock as well as I do, when he says, let's start this out on a friendly note, meaning he's going to not be friendly at some point in the show. And he's just, this is what we call in the literary word, foreshadowing. John just gave us foreshadowing. Ugh. All right, I'll drink to it. Like, the only way to deal with you is to drink myself till I can't feel feelings anymore. Woo! Here we go.
So what you're saying is I showed the gun in the first act and we have to use it in the last act?
Exactly. Why are you polishing the gun by the fireplace? Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
If you got him. Oh no.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Friendly enough. Oh, friendly enough.
And that's going to bring us into a nice, friendly
Lightning round! Come on, get down! We're gonna have a lightning round! Wow!
anybody who's anybody. Yeah, that is fun to do. And lightning round guy, I love when he comes, I love when he goes. Anyway, anyone who's anyone knows the first lightning round of the episode is always a standard Q&A. My boy Pete, are you ready for the questions?
Oh, I'm ready, John. Fire at me, John L. Peacock. Let's do this.
Movies at a cinema or at home with friends?
It's been so long since I've been to a movie cinema, but I would say I've gotten so spoiled. Because you can't smoke weed in the theater. Like you can't.
It's true.
You can't pause and make cocktails. Like, hey, can you guys stop this for 1 second? We're like, oh shit, I missed it. Run it back. And that's the thing with you're with friends, you're gonna miss something. But I love the theater, man. God damn it, I love the theater. Like, there's nothing better. My favorite thing to do, Griff, who was on here a second ago, our favorite thing used to be on Saturday or Sunday to get up and go to the first showing of the day, like 10:30 a.m. or 11 or whatever. It's like nobody there usually, and it's like if there is, it's like, and you go see like some weird ass movie. It was so good. You come out, you have a full day ahead of you. Like, oh my god, all the booze we drank in the morning is wearing off, and I feel like I can do something in my life. It's really so. I think they both have their points, but I'm going to go with currently right now. If I had to choose one feeling right now, I'd say movies at home.
Yep.
If you have
and that makes sense.
If you don't have a good enough TV and a good enough system, then do not do it. Don't even try it.
Right. So you're not saying like off your laptop with the laptop speakers?
Shit, no. Oh no, God no. That's how they used to live in the old timey ages, like back in the black and white days.
That's right.
Where it was all Benny Hill music, shenanigans.
Right.
Right. No, we've moved past that. That is only you look at laptops and phones when you're pooping or moving on a train or in the car. That's it. Anytime you're in a domicile that has Wi-Fi or electricity, it automatically has to have. Are we spoiled? Yes. Are we spoiled the right way? Yes.
Yes. Now, with New York's current laws now coming into full effect, they will have smoking lounges known in Amsterdam as coffee shops. So they'll have actually they have embedded into the law, which is the only state in the union that has legalized marijuana. They've embedded that you can have smoking in public spaces. Outside is already 100% legal, not within school distance, right, and all that normal stuff. But with this, there's going to be the possibility, and someone's going to do it. They're going to have smoking theaters. So would that change your opinion if you were in New York? You had a kick-in sound system and a nice TV. We could do all we want, but we could go to the cinema and we could actually roll a blunt.
No, that's true. But honestly, I truly don't think it will be. It's not going to be a movie theater you can smoke in. It's going to be a coffee shop that has a big like tables and stuff set into it. That is part of that. So it's going to be good, but the people who are there, you're going to get a bunch of stoners who are talking and laughing, and people wandering in and wandering out and giggling too hard at the weirdest things. And like, you know what? It's like going drinking on St. Patty's Day or Cinco de Mayo. It's like, you know what? It's fun to see all the specials, but it's not like it's no need. Come on, man. Like it's amateur hour.
Amateur hour. That's right. All right, next question. What is your ideal cinema experience? Since we talked about a one that could turn out crappy, paint the ideal cinema My Boy Pete experience for us right now.
Best one for me, because when I first moved out here to California after college, I wanted a job, so I got a job at the movie theater. That's where I met Griff. That's where I met the first group of homies, and I worked there for like 4 months. And it was like, go see free movies all the time, and I just got like so movie at that point. That's why I fell in love. But I would say I would say my ultimate, my perfect movie experience would be something badass that you want to see. That it's like, oh, we got to see this. It's going to be like something along the lines of one of the Transporters, because anything with Jason Statham or anything that has The Rock, anything that's like going to be funny but just badass and explosions, and you're going to see the first movie of the day. So you get up early, you like have breakfast, have cocktails, hang out, smoke a blunt with the homies, and like cruise over, and like, and as the van, you get out and it just billows with smoke, and you walk in barely like, we're here for the 10 o'clock showing of The Rock plus Statham equals happiness, part 2. Theater number 1, man, straight ahead.
Right this way, sir.
You walk in, and all those things didn't happen. Neither did the cartoons as you're walking, but it seems like it was.
Let's all go out to the lobby.
Exactly. And it doesn't seem like you watch this great movie, you have so much fun. I can never truly remember all the parts of it. Like Griff is a goddamn lockbox when it comes out. He'll tell you all the things like, remember that? I was like, oh yeah. He's like you, where it's like, man, I'm just here for the ride, baby.
Right.
I'll come see it again. It's all new to me. But so see a great movie. It's not crowded. I don't mind people in the theater, but I don't want to be like, oh, because now everything's assigned seating, and which is cool. Right. But at the same time, like, cool, I got 2 seats here. Like, I don't want to go sit with people in front of me, the sides of me, or behind me. I want like a quarter of the theater all spread out. I want to, that way we can bring in our own cocktails, which we always do, like, and make your own drinks. And then you can get your nachos, your Sour Patch Kids, your Red Vines.
Yep.
Enjoy your movie like a goddamn adult. That's what I say.
That's nice. That's nice. And it's funny because what you're describing is not too far away from the cinema that I work at back in New York as a bartender. Because you come into the first showing, you come into my bar, you get beer, wine, or just I give you a cup, and you have your cocktail fixings. You just pour it into the proper cup, and you go on in, free popcorn, free whatever. Go in, and the movie's basically yours because so few people, especially those early showings, are at that cinema. So that's very possible.
You have early showings, but you're like, you have, it's not art house. It's more, but it's more art house, right? You have, what is your?
It is art house. So we do some mainstream, especially Oscar time. We'll usually play all the big contenders, especially we'll do the main ones, but we'll also do the documentaries, the short films. We'll have short film festivals for the Oscars.
Okay. Oh, nice.
And we do a lot of documentaries. We do a lot of foreign films. We do the American art house films, and we do some of the main ones. And we just cycle them through.
Okay. Yeah, because see, that's the thing. I wouldn't want to go. I just don't like, I never liked going to a crowded movie theater. Like, it was always kind of like, even the best movie, like, you'd see great movies, like scary movies, or like, I remember seeing like the original Transformers packed. I remember
scary, right?
And it was like, it was cool, like, you feel this energy, right? No, I'm not saying, shut up, John.
When Optimus Prime got hurt.
Right. He was like, is he going to turn back into a truck or not? And I was like, this reminds me of my father. Is your dad a truck? He was a truck driver.
But they were packed, right? They were super, super packed. Like a big, huge theater, every seat taken. Yeah.
And it's like, and that was back before there was assigned seating. So it's like, we got 8 tickets or 8 seats available. And so it was your job to walk in and find those 8 seats. It was like, oh shit, they're all separate. Like, okay, I'll see you after the show, motherfucker.
Right.
Like, and I think, I don't know, I don't think I saw it with Griff. I'm not sure who I saw it with, but I did see, I remember seeing that. And it was like one of them where like anything big, like Griff and I, we saw Deadpool. We saw the second one. We saw, shit. I know he's yelling at me right now. Motherfucker, we saw this. I know. But anyway, and like the ones that are packed, like it's cool because it's the energy. It's like going to a giant concert where if like you're into it, awesome. But if it's like, oh, you're watching like what's the Tom Hanks? Wilson.
Oh,
Castaway.
Castaway. Right. Yeah, I was going to say like, Survivor.
You're going to watch. Right. Me too. It's like outwit, outlast, out Wilson. No, but this is, I wrote like seeing something like that where it's quiet and it's like there's just silence and you're literally touching people and fighting with arm rests like on a goddamn flight across the country. This is the worst experience ever. That's horrible.
There's no talking for the first third of the movie.
Right. Shh. Why does this guy keep trying to hold my hand? It seems emotional. It seems like we should all connect, like hands across the theater. This is where it starts, and then we do America.
This is how we save Wilson. If you clap hard enough, you will save Wilson.
Right. Every time a stranger holds hands in a theater, an angel gets its wings.
That's right.
Every time you smack my hand for trying to steal your popcorn, Wilson gets a little farther off the raft.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you want to share now? Give me that popcorn. We're going to get Wilson back. We're going to get him.
What is your ideal at-home movie watching experience?
Oh, something dumb. Something dumb with has to be good. Like there's has to be, you have to have time before and time after. That's one thing at home. So it's like because I would prefer to watch movies with someone, just to have the interaction of like, oh, you can talk about this afterwards. It was like, it's just good jumping off points. It's more entertaining. But I like it when it's like more time before to set the mood. Like, all right, here's a cocktail. You ready? You ready for this? You want another one? Here we go. What about now? You ready? All right, a little more. All right, now you're ready. Watch the movie, and then afterwards, like, whew, let's decompress. All right, what do you think about that? Like, you want to? Whew, man, I tell you, and like then you can chop it up for a little longer. Like,
now with dumb, do you mean like the classics like Animal House or the Vacation series or like Galaxy Quest? What are you talking about with that?
Well, it would have to be a classic movie of something of the same lines of that is true. Like, yeah, it would have to be like that. But once again, yeah, Animal House, any of the John Wicks.
Yeah. Okay, that kind of dumb, right?
Like, but it's just like, God damn, that's awesome. Or Mr. Nobody, or the New Guy, or Ready Player One, or like I can watch Ready Player One every day. Yeah, Free Guy. I can watch Ready Player One like if it's on TV. Like, yeah, of course I'll turn it on. It's nostalgic. It's or Mortal Kombat's.
Boss Level.
Boss Level is badass. Yeah, dude. So those ones.
What's that Fast and Furious spinoff? Calvin and Hobbes. What? Who are those guys?
Yeah. Son of a bitch. Hobbs and Shaw. Yep.
There you go. You told me to watch that. You're like, This Is Us. I was like, yeah, if they couldn't do any of the things they do. This Is Us. Yeah, you're right. The relationship, totally.
They can't do anything they can do. It's all stunts, John. All we need is stunt, man. Once we get the P.O. box and the khakis, we get this incoming flow monetized, we're going to get stunt, man. And then this show's going to blow up. We have Mr. V singing. We have me dancing. We have John doing his own stunts. He's on fire. No, he just has a red bush.
We have one more question before we jump out of this lightning round. This is one of the longer ones, and then we got some messages piling up. Here we go. Where does going to see a play fit into all of this?
Oh, it does. It's classier. It is more intellectual on a level because things are specifically intended to be multifaceted, and you have a lot more to pick apart. Like, even if the acting is great, it's like, fuck, is this theater? Like, look at the lighting. I can't believe the usher. Like, you get something, and then you're with people. Even if you're with yourself, you go out at intermission to have a smoke, you're gonna talk to someone. Even if you go if they don't smoke, you have a cocktail, you're gonna talk to someone. You go out to piss, you're gonna talk to someone.
Yep.
So you can have that interaction, and then you're more culturally aware of what is like, because classics are classics for a reason. It has a message that runs through time. The good plays that are resurging on Broadway and off Broadway, they're great shows, and it's because they're so entertaining. It's like it's like watching your favorite movie, and here's like, oh, you like Rocky Horror Picture Show? Well, it turns out your favorite movie, aka your favorite play, is playing in this city, and it's only 2 hours away. Hell yeah, I'm gonna go see that. Badass. Because it's funny as shit. Lend me a tenner. Yep, bet your ass I'll go see it.
Yep.
Noise is off. Yep, I'll go see it. The 39 Steps. Yep, I'll go see it.
Yep.
I don't have that much time, so I'll go take 29, and plus my Apple Watch, I get it to the dog, and I get more steps on that way anyway. So it keeps my step count up.
And can I get some change because I only did the 29? Can I get some back?
Can I?
That works.
Exactly. But you're more literate, and you can brag about. I went to see a play. You went to see a movie.
That's right. It's all the same exact pre-game. Like everything leading up to and everything after that experience is the exact same as if you had gone to the cinema, but you just feel more cultured.
Exactly. It's like John, I don't want to be crass or anything, but it's like self-love with black socks on. Like, I'm classy, you know? Like, I'm keeping it like I could be a lot dirtier. Like, I'm doing nice things.
At home, 100%. Do you know why? Because I'm POV. 72 cents doesn't get much at the cinema, but I can still watch the latest Spider-Man.
That's true. That is one of the big things about cinema is that costs are going in Australia, they're even higher than here, bro. Movie prices, because here it's like $18, 17. No, here in California, I think it's $16.50.
Yep.
And like matinee or $14, $16 if you go to the better theaters in LA. But it's like, still, do you remember $2 Tuesdays? It was like Tuesdays, all movies, $2. Like, now they have $2 Tuesdays. It's $6.95. What? That doesn't. It's like my $5 footlong is now 10 inches and it cost me $6.99. This is bullshit and it doesn't rhyme.
Right. Why is the dollar store $3.25? I don't get it.
It makes no sense. So, folks, this is the time just if you've seen this on stereo, where we have our two-sided pod, or we're live on YouTube right now. You're watching on YouTube. May God have mercy on your soul. And you can, if you are, but hit that subscribe, hit that like button. Also know that we have our John has a virus, and it's on Spotify and Apple podcast. And so the two-sided pod, you can. All the episodes you've missed previously, you can go and subscribe, and probably help cure him because he's looking mighty.
It's gone viral. It's gone viral.
Right. John is the little outbreak monkey, and we drove to the airport, and now Spotify has it. Apple Podcast has it. Soon we're going to be Twitch, or if you catch it, you're going to be twitching. I don't know.
The best at-home movie experience is definitely watching a comedy with somebody who gets the same comedy as you. It's like I want to sit there and I want to watch Men in Tights with someone who will love as much as I will, and then we can watch The Princess Bride, and then we can watch Deadpool. Well, sorry, Once Upon a Deadpool, because that's Deadpool 2. It's got extra bits.
I like he calls it bits.
He got Fred Savage and locked him in the same room he was as a kid in The Princess Bride. And it's just, it's brilliant. He's reading the story. It's great.
It's so good.
And then, good. 20 or 30 minutes in between each movie and just have a good old chuckle.
Dude.
Have a few drinks.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. That's
perfect.
Cinema experience.
That's perfect. That's so perfect. And it's like those movies with the people you have, it's like, Men in Tights, bet your ass. It's like, okay, and then Blazing Saddles. For John and I, our go-to, and I don't know if you guys have seen this, if you haven't put it on your radar, the Imposters.
That's right.
The Imposters. Stanley Tucci, Oliver Platt, and they're two actors in like 1920s, 40s, 30s.
No, it's early. It's like turn of the century. They don't actually say it, but just what we see is like teens to 20s.
Yeah, teens to 20s, and they're poor, and they end up. There's so many amazing, and John will tell you in a second, but there's so many great supporting actors. But they fuck up and they have to run, and they're hiding from getting chased, and they end up on a cruise line, and they have to fake their way through being on a cruise, and there's bad shit happening on the cruise, but they're all the time they're trying to be actors, and it's just the most brilliant, hilarious movie. We watch that. We can watch that anytime together, and there's very few people who can watch it with me. I'm like, all right, that's funny, but like it's so good. Like same with Galaxy Quest. Oh my god. Yeah, it was such a good pause. It was such a good long
pause
that I became fucking good. Put that on the list, Mr. V. I promise you, because all the other movies you said were right on par with you, and that's like in the wheelhouse.
Yeah,
it's like you'll appreciate the shit out of it.
Yeah, and it's got Billy Connolly and Alfred Molina, some amazing Brit Scots. Tony Shalhoub. Yep. Who was? She's the mom in Blackbird, and she's the one who had the parrot, and she won the Oscar, and she did this little thing with the parrot. Crap. You know what I'm talking about? She's like 10'20". She plays the one who's pretending to be the French woman. She's very tall.
Oh, yeah. She's the one. She's also the one who's on. She played. Is it Witches? Wasn't she in Witches?
No. You're confusing. She just got a couple of accolades. I just can't remember her name, but lots of big people, lots of fun actor types. Yeah. And Galaxy Quest, I mean, that even has like a more star-studded. It also has Tony Shalhoub, but freaking Alan Rickman, Sam Rockwell, Sigourney Weaver,
right? Like
and Tim Allen's in there somehow.
Alan Rickman,
man,
like it's just so good, so good. Oh.
On together all the time, Hunt Pete. And we're just like, hey, let's watch a movie. Okay. And then we make cocktails.
Yep.
And smoke bowls.
It's pretty much
enjoy it.
It's pretty much the Pineapple Express. It's like half baked. It's
right.
And a lot of people can. And it doesn't have to be the stoner movie, the drunken or Beer Fest. Like that's a great one. Super Troopers.
You boys like Mexico?
Yeah. Oh, he said shenanigans again. Next person does, I'll smother you in your bed. Smother me in gravy, dirty old man.
I know it's a little bit past right now, but I mean, the many days that we did go to the first showing of the day, there was nothing like bringing in our cups, getting them full, and then wearing my cargo shorts so we can sneak a pint.
A full pint. A full pint, like Griff, wear the shorts, and his shorts are, and it's like, and we have candy, so literally our pockets are bagging, and like you can't, the bottle is sticking out. Like, no, just put your shirt down, Griff. And I would buy it, or I would like be careful. Hey, Griff, here, put this in your things. Like, why do I always do it? You got the big shorts, baby. Plus, look at your face. They're never going to stop you. I get frisked just walking into joints.
Well, since you spoke of it, and I happen to have some on my end, and I know you have it on your end, let's have ourselves a shot of Sailor Jerry's and get into our first full segment of the night. What do you think?
Oh, God. Okay, well, I'm guessing it's going to be rough. So I think everyone out there, it's time to drink. It's time to put your feet up. It's time to let your hair down. It's time to get down with this clown in the Michigan town. Folks, this is a two-sided pod. We're brought to you every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific.
That's your time. Jeez Louise. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern. We're every Thursday. We're live on YouTube. You're on stereo. You can click that link above and see our here's me face. Good on you, mates. Cheers to you. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Boy.
Yes, our YouTube channel is Two-Sided Podcast, so you can check us out there.
Oh, that's right. I got to say it because this goes on to you got your virus on Spotify, vitriol on Apple. Careful. Look, now he has cancer, folks. Back up. Is this contagious? Is this not the black plague? You forgot the black lung, Paul. Oh, bring out your dead. Bring out your viruses. We're on Spotify now. Folks, if you like what you've seen, if you understand what you've heard, you can't believe what you felt on an emotional, religious level, hit that subscribe button. Hit that alert button. Don't be afraid to tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your parole officer. Two-Sided Pod is here for you every week. Thursdays, same time, same place.
Which, speaking of virus, that's the perfect segue into our first segment of the night. That's right. Live performances in the pandemic. Part 2. I want to... This is the first time in the Two-Sided history that we are actually doing a part 2 directly after part 1.
So I would like to point out that this is the first time we've done a second part that John has said, like, no, it's coming, man. It's coming. And he's very proud of himself that he's like, I ain't got nothing better to do than research this second thing that was too big. He did all the research. Don't let him fool you. He did all the research last week, and now he's just splitting it up. It's like doing your 100 hours of community service and then turn it in slowly 50 hours each month. Like, no, man, I'm still working. Like, they'll let you alone.
They signed off on it. They signed off on it.
We're still good, baby. We're still good.
That's right, baby.
All right, folks.
So whereas last week was part 1, live music during the pandemic, this is part 2, live theater and performing arts during the pandemic.
Live theater and performing arts. I say, I'm everyone, hang on to your butts because we're about to get into it. Should we pop 2 bubbles real quick? Because it's probably talking about all the vitriol that just came out of my mouth to you. And I'm hoping they do. I'm hoping that they picked up on what I'm putting down.
Put it down.
John, you're looking good.
Rosy cheeks. All the research, don't let him fool you. So all of a sudden, John goes to Michigan and gets his act together. What kind of bullshit is that? God damn.
Griff gets all hibbity-dibbity. He acts like he knows the host of the show or something. That's why we got to cut him off.
So, as you guys know, I'm a big fan of your show. And sometimes little things just pop in my head for me to say. Today, it was this one. And it literally popped into my head exactly like this. You know what your show reminds me of? Ding! Bring out your dead! Ding! Bring out your dead! Ding! Bring out your dead! I'm not dead!
I'm not dead yet! Oh, you're most dead.
You'll be stone dead in a minute.
No, well, you'll be dead in the morning. I feel happy. I
Go for a walk.
You're not fooling anyone, John. Listen, is there something you can do here? You can help me out. I feel happy. I feel happy. All right, see you tomorrow. All right, see you tomorrow. Great.
9 pence. And by the way, the cat sound that I was making is because during that scene at the very beginning when someone starts saying, bring out your dead, there's an old woman banging a cat like beating a rug against the wall, and you hear this.
I'm 100% with you, but I'm just letting everyone know who's a fan of the show. If you go back and listen to our previous episodes, I'm glad you clarified because We know John wanted to be a cat for many years in his life, and I thought he was regressing when he's like, "That's my favorite movie when I was a kid." Kitty, kitty. But it's also there was a cat beating scene. We don't condone animal cruelty. We don't condone stupid humor, except for when we do the stupid humor.
That's right. That's right. I related to that cat, and actually that started. Hey, let's move on. Live theater and performing arts due to physical distancing.
Some water, buddy. See how that works? Now it's time to have some water if you're going to keep shooting. Yeah, like lap it up. Would you like some milk after that? Quiet. Keep going.
Due to physical distancing requirements and closure of physical venues, curtailing not only public performances but also rehearsals, many performing arts institutions attempted to adapt by offering new or newly expanded digital services. So in 2020, the all Broadway theaters in New York were closed, as well as the West End theaters in London, along with nearly every live stage performance around the world, with the exception of South Korea.
Well, yeah, because they're fine. They understand art is the end all be all cure all. Like laughter is the best medicine. But in Korea, right. It's live theater.
That's right. That's right. That's something we'll go into. That's an entire conversation on its own. So that might be part 3, but it won't be next week. I can guarantee that. Anyway,
okay.
Because there is a whole story behind that, and it's quite fascinating.
No, I'm with you, but it's like I don't know how much learning and learned talking from you I can take. Ooh, folks, we're on this ride together. John, we're all with you, buddy. We're here for you. Let's keep going.
Several big ticket shows announced they would prematurely close their runs permanently, including Waitress and Frozen, and several other shows that had a set close date were forced to close earlier than expected. Both Hangman and the revival of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf on Broadway were canceled their entire run, though they had a few live preview performances prior to Broadway's shutdown. Mean Girls announced they would in January of 2021 that they would not be reopening post-pandemic, though it's still intended to resume its tour, and a film adaptation, which I didn't even know of the musical remained in the works. So we have a movie made by Tina Fey, wonderfully so, and then a musical, and now they're making a movie version of the musical.
But I'm with you on that. Like, I know you're rolling your eyes, but some of the best things, because how many people truly will be able to go see a quality version? Like, you can go to your local community theater and see, like, oh, do you want to see West Side Story? Do you want to see Grease? Do you want to see Sound of Music? Do you want to see, and you can go see that at a local community theater, which 90% of the time is going to be like, oh, it's kind of bullshit, Rinky Dinky Mickey Mouse.
Yep.
How many people are going to go be able to see a great movie, a great stage show, right? Very few. And so when they are able to do Broadway shows, like when they did, like a great Hamilton was amazing when they came out on Disney, because no one's going to, even people who love theater, like you can't get a ticket unless you sell your grandma. And I was like, I already sold her for U2 tickets back in '98. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm out of grandmas. So I can't go see it.
Well, this is a little different because with Mean Girls, it's more like it's exactly like Little Shop of Horrors. So there was an original movie,
but no, I know
music, and then it was a movie version of it, right?
Yeah. Right. No. I'm saying you're right, correct, but I'm saying that is the progression. But you said in Mean Girls they only did a few their previews and they were canceled, but now they're doing the movie, right? Is that what you said? Was that show?
They had a short run. They had less. They had less than a year. Yeah.
That's what. Okay. So that's what I was commenting on. Like, here's something. I know it stemmed from Little Shop was a movie to a play to a stage play, just like Into the Woods was.
There you go. Yeah.
Or Sweeney Todd, or we can go through this. We can
Les Mis, etc., etc.
Les Mis. Yeah. Yeah, we got them all, like one into another to another. Anyway, but I'm saying it's they got the second life. What Waitress, right? Done. like, yeah, you already have this kind of thing, so you're not going to have another movie. Your run is done.
Right.
That thing's over. The little like let it go, yeah, let it go. Just
Totally.
let it go. Like you
Right. Yeah.
know, Olaf has already made money in plushie toys. Let it go.
That's right.
But this is Mean Girls. It was like, oh, we're going to do this. Like, no, we're not. And it was so good. They want like, can we pick you up and produce it?
Yep.
Which is, I think, is amazing as far as plays being produced in a way. I've seen some really bad ones put on screen. Because how do you get the angles? How do you get the editing? How do you get, what you're trying to see? And like, it's just so difficult.
Yep.
But the ones that are good are like, God damn, that's amazing. Like,
and Hamilton was fantastic. Like that, the production value of the recording of that stage version was so good. Where like even the national and so this is something we're talking about with the pandemic. So many theaters had a backlog of shows that it wasn't just the one shot for archive purposes, but they actually paid the money to create these fully filmed staged productions, but they weren't perfect because they didn't ever think that it would be public consumption. They just used it for taking a clip here, taking a clip there, and using it for advertisements. But then they put that online, and it was like, great, I got to see this. It was mostly a one shot, and every once in a while it'd be like camera one, camera two on the sides, but that was it. With Hamilton, they planned for it, and it was a beautiful, adaptation into the movie form. But still being on the stage. It was not an adaptation of like turning it into real life, oh, look, I'm Hamilton back in the day. It was still the stage production, but it was a really great recording of it.
Right. Well, it was a great recording. It was a great performance. It was like, that was all. I think we're going down a rabbit hole here because we're arguing the same point of a thing. Let's get back on track.
Several shows had to postpone or completely cancel their openings, and in London, Shakespeare's Globe called for urgent funding in order to avoid insolvency. It was because it was the only theater in London that was not state-run because it was brought in by an American, but it has been since, it is not American-owned. It is very much part of London, but they wouldn't give it money to make sure that it would stay around, and it had to crowdfund. Fortunately, it did. It is still around, and it is reopened. So, I don't want people to be in suspense with that one. But there was a point. I was watching it closely because I'd been to several. Every time I went to London, I would go to see the show at the Globe. Sometimes, the two shows in one trip. So I've seen like 5-6 shows, and it's a piece of history, but also a piece of modern art because it is a recreation of how Shakespeare's day was. And so his works, just make so much more sense because it was on the stage he was writing it for. And they were about to close down forever. I know you hate that. Let's move on. In 2020...
I don't hate it. At least allow me to retort before you throw words in my mouth, John. Have a drink of water. Take a breath. You look a little flushed. It could be your makeup or something else. But let's all drink water before we have anything else to deal with. I'm just saying, I don't know how it worked, but as you're drinking water, it's like the camera zoomed in on you. And you're spilling. Drink it all. Drink it all. If you want, folks, you want to see John drink a whole gallon of water, subscribe now. Hit that like button. Hit that alert button. No, that's great. It's like, yeah, it is more palatable if you're in the moment. It's like going to a Renaissance fair and seeing a joust. Like if you saw a joust in East LA, like, man, this is weird as fuck. Why are people on horses with giant sticks? But if you're in Arizona and all of a sudden you're in the desert and there's like a small little village set up and like, this is nice. I feel like this is okay to do weird things. I get it, John, but no, it doesn't make it a better show. It makes it goddamn Shakespeare, man. And that's all I'm going to say.
So the 2020
let's move on.
Laurence Olivier Awards ceremony was canceled, with the awards issued in an alternate manner. The 74th Tony Awards was postponed. The 2020 announcement of the Pulitzer Prize for Drama was postponed to May 4th via live stream on the prize's official website. Throughout 2021, spikes in the pandemic caused some closures, even after markets had reopened. So again, just like we talked about last week with live music and concerts, the industry of live theater was the first hit and one of the last to recover, and it is still slowly recovering.
Oh yeah, 100%. But it's also there's things happening. Like you got to look at everything else. Like you're just like, oh, this was postponed. This was postponed. Bro, I get it. It sounds very specific. Like you got to clarify. You know how everything in life was postponed? Well, also, so were these things. You could say it's the slowest to come back, but I was supposed to have a breast enlargement surgery. That still hasn't happened. I've just been eating tacos and hope it happens naturally.
Non-essential. Non-essential.
Oh, well, if you can see what kind of wind resistance I'm looking for, you'll know it's very essential. There's lots of wind in Southern California. We're getting gusty. You just stay low to the ground. I don't know. Go ahead.
That's right. That's right. So 2020 was not the first major crisis, quote unquote, to hit the theater industry. As you know, terror attacks of 9/11 closed Broadway for about a week. The London Blitz shuttered cultural activity for several months. Disruptive technologies shifted consumer behavior, like the motion pictures and television, and even prior to pandemics, dating back to Shakespeare, with the Black Plague and AIDS in the 1980s, caused a generation of theater makers and theater goers, like La Cage aux Folles, had to close because they could not keep enough chorus people because they were dying of AIDS. So this is something that we as an industry have faced before, which is somewhat unique to our modern industry in America.
Well, if you take one step back and look why, because it's such a finite, specific area. It's like, okay, so how many people in the world are diesel mechanics?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's a very small population who are certified diesel mechanics, right? Yeah, you'll have a shop, and still it's a good number, as many as you're going to have professional actors. Probably less. I don't know, probably more. I don't know. I'm trying to get professional ice cream scoopers, professional Pilates, and nope, fucking California, we have everybody gets that now. That's a tax.
Professional lamplighters.
Chimney sweeps. Let's say chimney sweeps. Active people who filed their taxes as chimney sweeps.
That's right.
Of those people, they are it's a small insular community who you do the same things. You have very limited. The people who need you. The people who don't. You're not even on their radar, right?
Right.
Like theater.
Right.
The people who need you fucking need you.
Yep.
People who don't. So you're already a small percentage mitigated to a small area of society. Cool. So then, the first things to go when shit starts happening, when you got to tighten your belts, when you got to circle the wagons, where it's like, well, Johnny needs braces, Susie needs to get a muzzle, I need to get a sex ring, right? And then we need to get the chimney swept.
That's right.
Well, chimney sweeping and going to the theater are the last two things on our list. Because if we can make the braces work for a muzzle after one gets their teeth fixed, then we wrap the other one up like barbed wire in the extra braces. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Maybe we should go see a show. But if not, we got to not have our chimney swept. You know what I mean?
That's
so
right.
I feel like it's a small percentage and you're literally last on the list because who needs culture? What's the first thing? People who don't go out, like, I'm canceling my cable. I'm canceling my Netflix and my things. I'm not smoking or drinking anymore. Like the things that you can live without, no more toilet paper. We're all taking showers after we poop. That's why there's no shower curtain on the shower. It's very, you get to these, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying you,
yep,
you're the toilet paper of the house. You're very specifically needed everybody loves it after. But if we don't have it, we got the shower in the same room and a hook to hold my pants. This is great.
Well, and this is something later, but I'm just going to say it now. The theater makers and entertainers were called the most important non-essential worker in America. We were dubbed by the government the most important non-essential worker in America.
Whose government? Who said that? Because apparently they didn't learn about what we call sex workers, or if you're old school, they're called prostitutes. But they are the most essential, non-essential. I just need companionship, someone to take their top off when I play Monopoly. That's all I need in life.
So this is how theater makers responded to this massive closure. A series of immersive audio plays performed and mixed live using technology developed by theatrical sound designers and engineers. A summer festival's entire season of new plays and classics released on Audible. Satires beamed to home computers on multi-camera broadcasts from a theater in Brooklyn, and a recreation of the seagull in The Sims 4, the game, being live streamed to Twitch, were all examples of new theater that occurred throughout 2020.
Bro, the thing is, okay, so I'll take it a little further than just theater, because that is one thing that I love, because you were doing theater, and I saw a couple shows at the beginning of the lockdown a couple years ago, and it was just like you'd expect. It's like you and me talking on Zoom, like, God damn it, John doesn't know where the camera is. I'm confused about my life. Who's that? Who's there? What is this? Yeah, very aggressive. No. However, as it goes through, you see this progression of the amazing things that are happening technologically, and people who are learning to act on this weird little fucking camera instead of like, oh, well, I'm looking at John, he's supposed to be here. Like, no, motherfucker, you can't look there. Like, oh, hello. But I see myself. Stop looking at yourself. God damn it. But so I saw that transition. But where I was the most intrigued was I was seeing live comedy shows, and like all live comedy shows. And there's one of my favorites, and they used to do it live in Hollywood at the Roxy, called the Goddamn Comedy Jam.
Okay.
And they'd have 3 comedians, a 3-set, come in, but instead of like the MC, the person who's like doing whatever, it's a heavy, like a pretty metal house band, and the lead singer is also a comedian.
Yeah. So
they do music, and he's like, "All right, fuckers, here's the thing. Coming up next," and the thing was live. At the Roxy, they'd have the comedian come out. He'd do his set, but then before you get off stage, you have to sing a song. So they'd have to pick a song, and the band would play it live, and you do a song after you do your set. So like, I went to 2 live shows, and it was probably the coolest setup of any live show I've ever seen, because they had the band set up on a stage, and it was a normal stage with the thrust coming out. But around the edge of the stage, where the stage would be, was a set of 4 high and like 5 deep 50-inch TVs. And they went all the way around the stage in these sections. So wherever the camera was, and each TV had a camera on it like this. So you'd see the camera, but you'd see everybody else looking, and you'd see the people on the screens, and every screen, so I could see myself like backstage left looking, and like I can see, and they could like change the camera angle, and they'd come up to your camera as they're like, "What's up?" And like you'd see them do it at other people as you're watching, but when they come up to you, and they'd come up and have conversations, and like it was the coolest thing to see. I saw the Sklar brothers there. That's one of the things I went and saw them. And it was, but just the idea of the amount of interaction with community, with literally interaction, you truly didn't feel like you were alone. Like, get up on your feet. And everyone's like, you see everyone get up like, I'm looking at you, Sasha. And they come over and everyone comes to your screen like, get up. I'm like, oh shit, okay. All right, okay. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. Yeah, so in that way, it's like, and then when you did Midsummers, and the little fairies were flying around and had faces on, that was bullshit. That was crazy. That was crazy. I don't know how much they paid for that, but if we can get that program, we can do our next show on YouTube Live. And who's watching, look at our YouTubes. But we're going to be fairies next time. And every time we talk, ooh, what do you mean? Ooh. It's going to be beautiful. I promise.
So these innovations were actually a showing of how resilient theater is. Broadway producers, who I will say are gatekeepers of stifling theater into the old way because it's the moneymaker, they realize that post-pandemic, their model of 35% for the local residency, so the New Yorkers and the suburbs around New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, are what they were gearing towards, where 65% are the major tourists, the ones who fly into the city. They knew that tourism wouldn't fully regain its old capacity until at least 2025. I mean, it's
right.
Okay now, but it will not be like it was for at least another couple of years.
Yeah, I'm not.
So they had to adjust their model, and so they had to adjust towards the locals. They had to find these innovations, and it's making for more innovative theater overall. Myself, I saw in the independent theater world, I saw this play called The Seven Deadly Sins, which was a series of pantomime performances incorporating physical theater, dance, and clowning that was performed for free from a block worth of shop windows, with ushers handing out programs to people who were coming by and asking people if they stayed for the show to either keep their distance or put on a mask. And this was
That's
like
awesome.
2020. This was pre any vaccine, right? This was early on.
Right.
Theater was still happening because they were like, okay, these people are bubbling, are bubbling, so we can create little vignettes and turn it into some kind of meaningful art.
Well, it's the same thing, bro. Like everyone who's creative, and that's like who needed a fucking outlet during that time. You look at, there's so many videos of people who are practicing instruments in their big high rises, and it's like facing each other. And so it's like this guy would sing, and this one would play fucking saxophone, and someone else would have a trumpet, and they'd play music every day. Or someone else would practice organ because they just need to have an audience, and people would come out and applaud. Or Sam Morrell. Anyone who's out there, look up on YouTube, Sam Morrell. He's on.
Shout out to Sam Morrell.
Shout out to John saying shout out. Everybody, thanks for listening. If you like us now, believe us later. Hear us spiritually when you do. Shout out to John. Sam Morrell's on YouTube, and he did this whole special. The whole thing is on YouTube. Actually, he has two of them on YouTube. One was he did during the pandemic. On social media, he would hit people up in New York. And he's like, hey, anyone who has a rooftop, I'll come and do a show if you can have people up there, invite friends and socially distance and give me space. So he has a whole issue. He's like out in New York, like walking the streets, like, oh, we got to go like 5 blocks away. I got a show. And they follow him and they set up a show, and he'd do a show for 5 people, 6 people. And they did all of those things, and he just kept going. And his second special is after New York opened, in the comedy, and like how the comedians come back and how they feel, and how like, oh, it's a crowd. And one of the things there was at the, goddamn, I forget the club. It's one of the big ones in New York. That's one of the things I'm going to do when I go there, John. I'm hitting 2 clubs when I go there. Anyway.
Comedy Cellar?
Comedy Store. It was, I forget his name. Jimmy. But he's the big bald fat guy who has like hot dogs for neck. Like he's the big giant Italian bald giant from New Jersey. Hey, the fuck! And they had in front of the comedians, like on the stage, they had plexiglass, like presidential "Don't shoot me" plexiglass. And he has like the first 10 minutes of his set are about being fat. And he's out talking to the community. He's like, hey, it was fucking rough. I'm out here talking about being fat, and I'm seeing my fucking shin jiggle as I'm looking at my goddamn self saying I'm fat. This is awful. Fucking shit. Like, I know. Like, it's just weird to come back to socially distanced, like, how do people behave and how do you behave? What are the safeguards? And if there are you cool with no safeguards? And if you are, cool. If you're not, then is that weird? And if there are safeguards and you're weird about, like, it just, there's so many roadblocks to any entertainment, any live, any, like going to restaurants, like, no, you have to wear your mask inside the restaurant until you get to your table. And then your table is base. So as long as you're touching your table, you can have your mask off because germs don't leave your table. And then if you go to the bathroom, you're off base, put your mask on. What I don't, it's like flying cross country on a plane. It's like, all right, this side of the plane to the right is non-smoking. The one on the left is smoking.
Right.
Don't smoke if you walk down the aisle. Like, put it out before you go to the bathroom. Don't get it over there. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it's all or nothing, baby.
Right.
Like, don't make me wear a mask in here if I don't have to wear a fucking... Unless I'm putting food into my butthole and fucking keystring all of my meal. Like, keep your mask on and sit on this turkey. Enjoy. Right.
Like, let's call it by its professional name, boofing.
John. That's just a drug demon.
So
out for the kid in me.
So you're all this you're mentioning is right, because theater itself is the art itself is an art of time and space. It's an art of breath, and that's very difficult to happen when there's a pandemic going on. And so as things were finally starting to open up, November 2021 is when Broadway started to open up. It had a couple hiccups because of the Delta variant, but it's really started its strong opening at that time. David Byrne said at the top of his concert special, American Utopia, on Broadway, he said, "Thank you for leaving your homes." And the audience sighed back at him. So there was that breath, because that's what theater's about. There is that breath. They had their masks on because that was the requirement for them to have to be able to go see that show at that time. They all had to be vaccinated, and they had to have their masks on the entire time.
Yep.
But it still happened in the same room, because theater is an art of time and space. We start to, as audience members, we start to breathe the same. We start to have the same heart rhythm because of a unified experience that doesn't happen in most other art forms.
Right. If you have season tickets to the same theater, you get to be on the same cycle. Like, John started menstruating like the seatmate next to him after he went to 5 shows in a row. Crazy, but true. Also, John, David Byrne doesn't say thank you. Like, and I'm not saying he doesn't get. He did say it, but like, thank you for. Yeah, they have to wear masks, but David Byrne, you don't have to wear shoes for this performance. That drove me up the goddamn wall, bro. I was like, nope, no, thank you. Then let them take their masks off.
Everyone in the ensemble didn't wear their shoes.
No, yeah, then at least let the audience take their shoes off. You have to wear a mask and shoes. No shirt, no shoes, just a mask, no problem. That is the motto of the David Byrne Utopia. I believe in safe theater. I'm wearing a condom and a mask right now. No shoes.
So theater was the hardest hit industry during the pandemic, with the general population finally understanding that it is, and other forms of entertainment are, actually 1/3 of America's economy, more than the farming industry and the automotive industry combined. So we actually started to understand what entertainment is in America, and how it is not just a luxury, but it is part of our economy that affects so many people. Like the sidewalk performers outside of the theaters in Times Square, there's roughly 300 people every single day that lost their jobs and their livelihood, but they had no company to give them any kind of compensation. There's so much of a ripple effect that happens with theater. The restaurants of Times Square, basically half of them closed down. And they'd been there for 50, 100 years.
Right. And I was like, now we have to go to a different Applebee's? This is bullshit. John. But I was going to say, yes, you are correct, because you think about the farming and the automotive, but think of how many shows have been made about farmers and automotive engineers. And that's the point. Gung-ho.
Made.
Folks, cha-ching. That's what we're talking about.
So one example of how hard it was hit is that the producers of Wicked, the musical on Broadway, have sued their insurance company in New York State for coverage of the show's pandemic losses, saying they are owed tens of millions of dollars.
Well, yeah,
That's
bro.
How big it is.
Easy, because look at all the green paint you have to do. You're doing 6 shows a week with that much green paint. That shit doesn't come cheap, non-toxic. Like, I can paint you up, girl. You and your little dog, too. But if you want to live through the show, we're going to have to spend more money in paint, little witchy. That's all there is to it.
Right. And
tens of millions of more dollars.
As I said, the theater makers are used to struggles. We're used to being cast aside as I mentioned before, the most needed non-essential employees in America. And we've been the most resilient industry since the beginning of any man-made industry. Actor Willem Dafoe put it plainly, with theater, you have to be ready for anything. And we are. And that's why we're here. And we'll continue to be here.
God damn it, John. Your summation of that, it's like, you know what? The Seahawks, we had a long, hard road, and we're going to continue to be here. Even though we're losing Russell, we're still here. Steve Largent started us off, and we'll be here still. I know you're an actor, but I'm a goddamn hawk, baby. We aren't doing anything. You are not resilient. You are wearing makeup on YouTube, sir. I say nay.
If Simon and Garfunkel in the 70s have a line that says, "Is the theater really dead?" We see that question has been asked for centuries, and it's because people are like, "Well, that's an old thing. This is the new thing. Opera, dance. This is the new television, movies. This is the new thing." No, we're always going to be here because we're necessary. We help heal. We help a society understand when trauma happens. We help a society grow. And that's what theater is, and that's why theater will always be around.
It's true. Yeah, I'm with you, but have you tried illicit drugs? Because that also is great. Folks, that's a joke. I say no. People called me the Nancy Reagan of my time. I just say no to drugs.
And if you like what you're hearing now,
and you believe what you've seen, and you felt it in your heart, and your soul, and your loins, don't feel it there. But hit that subscribe, hit that like button. We're on YouTube right now, live on Thursdays. You can find us on. That's our name on YouTube is
Two-Sided Podcast.
Two-Sided Podcast, because John likes to change it up between things. But we're also on Spotify. John has a virus. It's on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
All the places you can find your podcast. We're just Two-Sided because we are the Two-Sided Podcast, and our name is Two-Sided. On Twitter and Instagram, we're at Two-Sided Pod. So it's all coming together in a wonderful way. In fact, if you want to come into our open chat shows on Stereo, or if you want to suggest some topics for these Two-Sided podcasts, you can email us at twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO-sidedpod@gmail.com.
And if you want to send physical checks, tokens of your love, possibly like an ear, like a Picasso move, we're going to have a P.O. box very soon. I prefer putting that ear on ice so it doesn't rot before it gets you, especially if you're overseas. It's going to be a long trek to New York. Van Gogh. God damn it. Van Gogh. John, you were waiting for me to fix it, weren't you? God damn it.
I was. I played Van Gogh not once but twice on.
I know on the History Channel.
Discovery ID.
And how dare you? How dare you still have 2 ears and hear so poorly?
Hey, let's pop some of these bubbles, eh?
Do it, baby. Do it.
We are no longer the knights who say Nick. We say Eddie the tongue. Or the chant, P.A.S. you domine, Donai Requiem.
So good. What's your favorite color? Red. No, blue.
Yeah, you always say that. I haven't corrected you yet, but it's blue.
You're right. No, right. Oh, you're so good.
Loving it. Great.
Sure.
Thanks, man. Right?
Thanks, man. Right?
He came in.
He got like
F dot doggy style. F dot doggy style. I like that. Okay. Well, you got to spell out your dot. I guess there's a lot of F period doggy styles. F doggy. Oh, is it?
Sucking on PE fucking homo virgin.
So I'm guessing now that I hear the message, I'm guessing he wanted to say F doggy style. Fucking homo virgin. Fucking F doggy style. F dog. And he I'm with you. Oh shit, Foxy girl. What up, lady?
Good morning, everybody. How the hell are you today? It's a fabulous Thursday in the neighborhood.
Oh.
Birds are singing, sun is shining, flowers blooming. What can I say? Having a good day?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A hell of a day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Fuck yeah, I'll be your neighbor. Could you spare me a bowl? You bet your goddamn ass I can. Are you doing it? Dre, what up, man?
Play messages during this podcast, but if you do, I had a guy by the name of I believe his name was Hungry Earl. He was called Hungry Earl in my city. Lived in Detroit. He used to always be on Michigan Ave, and I think he was ahead of his time as an artist, and also as a person who thought about just public safety. He would put on street performances where he would pay you $25 to watch him just bend over and spread his butt cheeks, and you would look at his his butthole for about 3 minutes. And if you from across the street, so that was social distancing.
Oh yeah.
Performance. He wouldn't poop or anything. He would just love to perform that way. The minors, the minors in my town. Yeah.
Well, no, 100%. That's the thing. Is I think the miners, especially with their black lung, when they come out of the coal mines, they deserve some entertainment. And the thing is, in Michigan, you don't get a lot of theater. So, I'll look at a butthole across the street because it looks like a lump of coal, and I know lumps of coal. And now, no poop or nothing, but will he, if you pay him some of the $25 back, will he poop a little? Will he have a little tootie pootie? I'm just asking questions. I'm trying to clarify. Street performance art.
I mean, I know that theater is still a pretty big thing. I mean, kind of like radio. I mean, you have the Bible song, "Video killed the radio star." I mean, I remember back in the day when they had "Radio Killed the Theater Star" by the Smugglers. I mean, come on, that was a good song, though.
Super good. Well, it's the same thing, right? It's linear. It continues. Our great porno theaters. I was going to make jokes about the Pee Wee Herman porno theaters of back in Times Square, because those used to be where you had to go see pornos, and then they came out with VHS, and then VHS turned into DVDs, and DVDs turned into Blu-rays, and then it's like, oh, do you have a phone? Just type in something dirty and watch what comes up. Goddamn. I had to put filters on my phone because I don't spell well. And it's just what's the fucking shit about the things? And shit, no. Don't say shit when you're that fucking guy, not a fucking guy. No, the fucking chick, not the. Stop saying fucking in your searches on Yahoo. That was why Ask Jeeves was so nice, because he understood that fucking was just a way to express oneself.
That's right. We got one more.
Hey, Sir John, I was just informed that my darling husband sent you the Bug Show, The Intentions of Bugs. Did you hear it yet?
Oh, right
What
on.
did you
No,
think of it?
I've been busy with the show.
Inquiring minds want to know.
We can't hear you,
I
John.
want to know.
I do too. And I want to probably maybe use you as a conduit to your darling husband. Why doesn't he send me anything? I'm just asking questions. I would like to know.
You have no social media presence.
You don't know me. I know you. Everyone knows me. But John, could you share with me? Can you send it to? Does that come to?
I'll check it out. I haven't been looking closely at it.
No, but send it to my fax machine when you hear it.
Okay. Yeah. When you hear the paper going, you can check it out.
It's like music to my ears. Like, this is probably a song or a podcast. This is great. This is how friends talk to friends.
Speaking of music to your ears, we're ready for our next lightning round.
Lightning round! We're live on YouTube! Looking at my face, I'm making lightning noises, trash can style!
What is a trash can sound? Let's do it.
So this one is an oldie but a goodie. It's actually our first alternate lightning round. It is Bizarro Answers. We haven't done this in a while. It's exciting.
Okay, this is rough. You waited. You pulled this one off because I started a little buzzy and we've been doing shots, and now it's like, hey, I dare you to not use double negatives if you don't want to not like to. Wait. Brain melt. Okay, let's do it. It's Bizarro Answers.
That's right. Things that my boy Pete would not normally answer, and I've started to streamline it like I have with other ones. And this week is the same. Bizarro Answers. Ready? Are you ready for
awesome
the questions?
because I'm so ready because everybody out there who's our big fans, and we're on YouTube. If you like what you hear, if you've seen what you believe, subscribe, hit that alert button. Because we all know John streamlines like a worker at Golden Corral doesn't skimp on the little chocolate fountain as he fills it up. Like we know, John, we know. See, not negative knowing in the not. Go. I'm ready. I think I'm ready. Go.
Movies at a cinema or at home with friends.
Oh, dude, I don't.
Bizarro, my boy Pete.
Ugh. I'm not a big fan of either. Like, I don't like who has time to go in some fantasy world in any environment, John, when where we are is so pleasant and so fun to be around that why would you run from it, John? Just tell me why! No movies! At home or out in public! Does that answer the question?
It does answer the question. Second question. What is your ideal cinema experience there, Bizarro, my boy Pete?
Oh, man. One of the things I love is when it's summertime, right? First off, has to be late July, late at night, and a not great theater that you've been overcharged for when it's packed but the AC goes out. But it's the mailbox part 4 where they're now sending Instagram notes to each other, and there's phones in different places, but the phones are attached to a weird country house. Oh, if we could just weeping, sweaty, crying, touching, just heavy, and the worst nachos. Something congealed, something that is like, this is awful. Bellissimo.
What is your ideal at-home movie watching experience there, Bizarro, my boy Pete?
One of the things that I've found, John, and that's an easy one because I started off this whole lockdown like, damn, I miss people. I miss them so much. And then afterwards, this is so fucking good. I love watching movies alone. So what I like to do is I like to watch a movie that would be fun with a good friend, a great homie, and do it alone and try to hope and pray that someone texts you and asks you what you've been doing. And then maybe you can like, hey, have you seen this? Like, no, we don't have time for that because I'm teaching school to 4 kids and I have a wife and a job and I can't stand it. It's like, yeah, I know. So my favorite is that I get to do all that quietly by myself. Also, if I can be dead sober, if I'm doing Passover or it's David Shalom or something like something where I'm giving up something for Lent. If I could do
Shomer Shabbos.
Yeah. Come on, I don't roll on the Sabbath, John. You know that. You know that about me, baby. I'm just saying. If I could be on Lent, watch the original mailbox, post office, the lake house, the original lake house where they had, and they referenced it, but anyway, super good, super emotional. Nope. Something that makes you think about your shortcomings in life. You want to weep by yourself, but really good. So that is my thing. And also no pizza because I'm lactose intolerant.
And finally, my boy Bizarro Pete, where does going to see a play fit into all of this?
Man, I feel so much stupider when I see live theater. Here's these goddamn Mickey Mouse Humpty Dumpies jumping around on stage like a bunch of silly dilly yahoos. Nobody needs it. Hey, were you hugged too much as a child or not enough? Because I'm pretty sure whichever the case was, you had access to the Disney Channel, and this is what caused all that. So I prefer to stay away from live theater at all costs.
You're getting so much better with the Bizarro questions.
Thanks, baby. I've been trying. I was thinking. I practiced in the mirror. I'm like, mom's spaghetti. I'm like Eminem before this thing. I do shots in the mirror. I'm like, yeah, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. I just practice lightning rounds. Like, yeah. I'm like, we're not ready yet. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do it now. Mom. Yeah. If this was the mirror. I got to get a green screen. That's the whole thing. Actually, this isn't a blurry background of my kitchen. This is truly a green screen. And folks, if you're watching, you're probably like, what does the kitchen look like? Well, if you hit that subscribe button and you go back and look at the other videos, there's times when I've forgotten to put it on so you can see the kitchen. I can show it to you in different stages. That can be our thing. Hey, folks, if you send the subscribe and that alert button, ask me what I should clean, or no, you tell me what I should clean, and I'll do it.
That's right.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see cleaner? Should I buy different products? I will. That's a whole. See, now I'm just pandering. Now I'm just begging.
Speaking of pandering, on our YouTube channel, we just got our first comment from Mother Effin' America. Hello, with a peace sign.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, there's my girl right there.
How you doing?
I understand, hey, sometimes you just got to put on the TV, you got to put on the thing, like, hey, I ain't got time for the stereo streets. I got these fucking, look at my feet right now. I can't walk anywhere. God damn, I'm not going to the streets. I'm going to put it on the YouTubes. I'm going to see my boys. MFA, boys. So good to see you.
So good to see you. Cheers to you.
Like, good people.
Exactly. Like, there's nothing better than having your own little personal butler to do internet searches for you. And that's what I asked Steve did. He was like, hey man, I'm a butler. And I searched for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yahoo! I didn't Google it for you.
Yeah, I did nothing.
Mind you, I think Ask Jeeves actually was powered by Yahoo, which was powered by Google. Oh, fuck, I don't know.
Well, which was, in my heart, was powered by Yahoo Serious, because that was what stemmed it all.
Right, good on you, mate. You want fucking search some things? Ask Jeeves. He can't help you. Yahoo!
I don't know.
I thought it was powered by Netanyahu.
Oh, well, I believe in a 2-state search engine, John.
That's right.
My God, did we just intelligently make the worst joke ever? Boom, baby.
Pete, we're on Spotify. We're in Google Podcasts. We're on Audibles.
You've never said that. You've never told me.
Podbean, Stitcher. I mean, literally everywhere but iHeart. I don't know what your problem is.
One
of those on your phone,
girl,
right?
I have the old timey.
Rotary phone?
I got her on Napster. I'm gonna figure out. I'm gonna do a file share. I'm gonna Netscape. I'm gonna dial up. I'm gonna take my phone off, put it over here, dial this shit up. No, but I have Spotify, so I didn't know because John, and I kudos to you guys. God damn, that's why. All right, sorry, we're on the thing. Shout out to the Foxes, Foxy Lady and Desert Fox. Anyone, if you find them, if you follow them, they're on Spotify as well. And their show, because John listens, John is we're so good about pitching. I'm like, this is where we are, this is the thing, this is how you look it up. All the times we talk to them, I know they have a show, and I was like, I don't know, I'll try to follow them on this thing. I don't know, man. I look at them on stereo, they ain't here. I never even thought about they have a show. Like, yeah, man, John, you don't help me. Folks, and this is why there's slower classes for slower people.
And you can check out those shows in their profile for Foxy and Desert Fox. We got a second message. MFA's stereo won't load. Crying emojis. So stereo's sticking it to us again. It's the update. I'm sure it's the update.
We've got to say that. You always say it's the update. Maybe it wasn't the update. Maybe it was you, John. Maybe it was your red hair. Look at you. You big ginger fuck. Nobody likes it. Look at you.
Which leads us to our final segment of the night. Which before this, I think I need a shot. Do you need a shot?
You know what? Everybody should drink heavily all the time. Well, no.
We don't condemn nor condone alcohol, illicit drugs, or insanity to anyone. But for us, it works pretty well.
I'm with you, but I was going to say you can drink anything you want. Well, as long as it's not my last bit. Cheers.
That's right. Oh, now I know why you keep on going into a sailor bit. It's the pirate bit is because you're drinking the sailor. When the sailor gets in you, it gets a little piratey. Ooh, ha ha. Ooh.
Believe me now, hear me later. John, be warned are you by me, says I. Never go back this way. The rum will run through your veins like rum through your veins. Now, boys, this is the time we dance. No, wait, we drink. Yeah, let's drink more. Good.
Dancing's for later. Drinking for now.
Just saying, baby. Just saying.
Go on with ya. Skullduggery. We have ways to make you talk. Poke you all the way around, bloody.
Our final segment of the episode is wheels versus doors.
Aye, what about sails? What about wheels or doors or sails? I say, let the main sail. No, we have doors. Aye, go. Continue.
If you've been paying attention for the past couple weeks, starting at the beginning of the month, there's been a weird explosion on the internet of a debate of are there more wheels in the world or are there more doors in the world? This debate has sparked whether one is more populous than the other in the world, and it started from a tweet in New Zealand on Saturday, March 5th. Twitter user Ryan Nixon tweeted the following: "My mates and I are having the all caps stupidest debate ... and I am here for it. Do you think there are more doors or wheels in the world?" End quote.
I'm stunned on so many levels, John. On so many goddamn levels. I'm kind of having a little. No, hear me out. I'm having an aneurysm. I think I smell copper. I taste toast. Wait, no, flip it, reverse it. God damn it, dude. That number one, that this is a thing that's sweeping the internet by storm.
Huge.
Right? No, but because I was aware of it, but I didn't realize sweeping because I saw it like. Number two, that shit I ask you that you're like, nope, don't know nothing about that. Like, you but wheels and doors. I'm pretty much on the pulse of the news. It's sweeping the internet by sensations. What are you fucking looking at that is popping up and that is your big story on your searches? Are you using Hey Jeeves? Or are you using because
hey Jeeves. Hey Jeeves.
Hey Jeeves. Hey man. Hey. What up?
What you want?
Hey, wheels or doors. That's what I'm saying to you. But I want to know where the rest are. Wheels or doors? Like, okay, well, I guess
I'll get back to you when I get back to you.
All right. And it's like I just went and saw the Mean Girls show where I got bullied by a bunch of mean girls. Should be canceled. Hey, Jeeves.
So Mr. V at the beginning of this episode brought in his 2 cents because he saw the title, and right now MFA just typed in #Team Wheels with a whole lot of fires after it. So this is a debate. These are things happening.
No,
this immediately, celebrities like James Corden had to put in their 2 cents. Corden went on a rant in his Late Show saying that all the doors he goes through to get to work from his home, he talks about all of them, and he stops and get a newspaper, and he goes through this door and that door, and ending with saying he hasn't touched one wheel. And then immediately his cameraman pointed out that his chair has 5 wheels on it. So there is a big divide between Team Wheels and Team Doors.
So the question, I need to clarify. Because you're good. You're super good, John. Everybody likes you. Your makeup is beautiful. Your eyes are shiny. Your cheeks are red. Your hair looks like stupid shit. Your hair looks beautiful. Locks of stupidity. Your mother's going to cry when she sees you in person. Only thing I can. No.
Wow.
No, but because of how beautiful you are, you ginger baby giant diaper man. See? Good save, right, Pete?
And we got MFA saying, hey, Jeeves, what's the dumbest argument on social media right now? Right, meow.
Hey. Meow. All right. We got a kitty versus an Ask Jeeves. And Hey Jeeves comes to the lady. He's like, hey, meow, see here. Don't ask no meows. Don't tell no meows. Meow.
I did my research, and we, of course, need to know the definitions of each to really get to the heart of the matter.
No. I'm with you, the definition, but I'm asking because you put wheels versus doors. So is it? Are we saying which is better or which there are more of?
More of in the world.
If you put them in a cage fight? Because I'm doing, I don't know, because you are superfluous with your information in your verbal communication, which answers no questions because you're reading off things that did not establish the point. And I look at your headline, I'll read it now, like wheels versus doors, like
today, Sunday, vroom, 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 you like this round, motherfucker? We'll open up here, and this door's gonna smack you down. Come on down to the arena, round them up, shut them down. Wheels versus doors. Oh, yeah. Boom.
But apparently we're talking more of.
Right, yeah, but the fact that there is a #Team Wheels and #Team Doors, it is kind of versus. But the original debate, as I said in the tweet, was, do you think there are more doors or wheels in the world?
Okay.
And so that's the debate we're looking at.
So that's right off the bat, it's racist. What do you think the door community feels about this? Like little doors, like little mouse doors and little cupboard doors, like, hey, we're at door 2. Like you've seen Alice in Wonderland, right? The eat me, drink me story.
Yes.
Right?
It's big doors, little doors.
Doggy. And like, does that count as a door? Because these, like, what about the big ones? Like the labyrinth. Like,
right. So let's look at the definitions of both wheels and doors. According to the official debate, wheels are defined as an object that rolls on an axle, which its rolling motion moves itself or another thing. One more time. Wheel, an object that rolls on an axle, which its rolling motion moves itself or another thing. Door, an object that opens and acts as an entrance to a separate place. Door, an object that opens and acts as an entrance to a separate place.
Okay. So, so much to say. I'm glad I have notes, John.
Yep.
So read me the door one more time, because I was so excited about my wheels that I forgot about the doors. Go ahead. Say the doors one more time.
Sure. Door, an object that opens and acts as an entrance to a separate place.
As entrance to separate place. No, yes. I'll never be able to read that, but hear me out, John.
Yep.
So first off, the wheels one, like okay, the definition of wheels is like axle round. And MFA in her comment, because I wrote that down, summed it all up. She said wheels with fire emojis. She's like, wheel, fire. Like, we just invent round wheel. We invent fire. There's cave paintings of that beautiful sentiment somewhere in the world. I'm with it. Doors, my friend. Whoever wrote that, and I'm not sure where you're getting this, they are the optimists of the pessimistic door world. I'm not disagreeing that I believe in doors. I feel like doors could shut many opportunities for wheels. However, when they say it opens and acts as an entrance to another place, I'm like,
yes,
yeah, but how about it closes when you try to go to other places? That is also a door. How about your life has been closed off from all the opportunities? Maybe it's a goddamn saloon, and you walked in right behind the guy who's like, nah, who's going to give me fight room? Like, what room? And it hits you on the way back. In and out, baby. It's not an open to you. It's a closing. It's still a door, and there's more of them.
That's right. So Ryan Nixon's poll presented, it was about 300,000 people on Twitter responded to it. 46.4% of the people voted for doors, with 53.6% opting for wheels. The debate then expanded to TikTok, and one user doing his own maths included that there are 144.8 billion doors to just 67.6 billion wheels in existence. Of course, this is TikTok. There was no citation of how that was calculated.
Right, but and I don't know if you went further, because there's another TikTok user that ate a Tide Pod and was like, I need to go through the door of a hospital, and closed.
So
don't eat Tide Pods, folks, and don't try and do shots with John. But do them with me, because I'm going to pour one now.
That's right. However, this was hotly contested, with one Team Wheels fan arguing that multiple wheels can be found in a range of unexpected places. To demonstrate, they showed imagery of wheeled objects many have forgotten to consider, including clocks, bikes, trolleys, cupboard drawer wheels, prams, skateboards, and hospital beds.
You're also forgetting about when you're thinking really hard and it goes into your head and that little hamster wheel is going around. You got two of those running the gear. You've seen the cartoon. You know what I'm talking about. Hope your hamster doesn't die, John.
So, how do people often arrive at the decision they have made? Well, here's a selection of comments they've posted in the poll. Before
Perfect.
that, would you like to?
Yeah. Before, let's all take a deep breath because John gets into everybody loves him. And the thing that I hate, John, is that you're more lovable than I am. And I don't like that because I'm genuine. I'm from the heart. You're scripted. But you're goddamn so researched and you're so knowledgeable. And I don't like that either. And the only thing that's good is that you're wearing makeup and look like Dante. But I love you more than the brother I drowned in the tub when I was a child. So I hope that means something to you.
Yeah, it's a bar. It's not a very high bar.
And speaking of bars, folks, let's have a shot. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Thanks for coming.
All right, thanks for listening. Team Doors.
So,
quote,
Team Doors!
Almost everything with wheels also has doors. It's for sure doors. Next quote. Every residence/business, there are multiple doors, including indoor. For every residence, I don't believe that there would be an equivalent of wheels. Some residents only have one vehicle, which is 4 wheels and at least 2 doors. And don't forget that doors on a vehicle, 4 doors and 4 wheels, cancel each other out. That was one that was talked about quite a bit. Yeah.
Right. No, that person has other issues, John. That person, if you look at their other feed, if you follow them, you need to unfollow them from our thing because they're not a good person.
Follow them.
No, John, let me tell you, because there's someone who has other things going on. Like my easement on my driveway, you rake the leaves. This is all sorts of shit. John, wow. And
I got 2 more.
I can't wait because most things that have wheels have doors, and I was like, I'm on the other side because what about skates, motherfucker? What about rollerblades? I wear skates all the time. I do boogie nights. I'm roller girl around my house in my home personal office. Boogie nights. And I skate around. I don't, but you can imagine. Continue.
Next one, quote, more doors. Gotta count the internal doors in houses. Sure, we have 4 vehicles in my household, but there are 9 doors in my house and 12 doors on my vehicles, end quote.
Okay, that's bullshit because that's a fucking humble brag. I have 4 cars. You know what? I'm late for my penis reduction surgery because I'm just too powerful. Shut the fuck up. All right? It's not about that. It's about you got something to also say.
Right.
Twitter.
That's right.
Twitter. Yeah. Okay, go. I'm ready for the next.
Last quote for Team Doors. For every 4 wheels, there are at least 2 doors. Not counting any of the doors in your home and other various buildings. Definitely more doors. So again, it's going back to that argument of the cars cancel each other. So they were replying to that. For every 4 wheels, there are at least 2 doors. Not counting any of the doors in your home and various buildings. Definitely more doors.
And I feel like, do you have more? How much more do you have? Because I could sum all this up.
That's done for Team Doors. I have Team Wheels next.
Oh, okay.
So just 4 quotes. These are shorter. Team Wheels. Vehicle wheels, caster wheels, toy wheels. That's 1. 2. Anyone who owns a home has more wheels. 3. Large population of people have 2 vehicles, bikes, quads, etc. And we see where that's going because of the lack of doors on. Yep. And finally, Hot Wheels, tech deck, office chairs. And Hot Wheels is what Mr. V was talking about. So
right. And that's but again, I didn't understand the concept because he was saying more. I was arguing cooler.
Right.
You tell me more, cooler. So I guess because I feel like, again, in this day and age, it's just hard to understand what someone is talking about. So I think half these people are arguing which is cooler, which is more. And the only way, folks, and this is why I've been called a lot of things, and I respond to most of them. However, I identify as a peacemaker. So what I want to do is clear the air, and I feel like we need to have a death match between wheels and doors. And it's going to be like a chess match, like truly, like you get 20 wheels and 20 doors.
Yep.
Sizes, swinging radiuses, whatever you want, whatever axle, however you need them to go. Like, this is how you do it. And we'll figure it out. It's going to be like the old bot war, but then we'll have, we'll do a chess piece board after it when we figure out what they're doing. We'll do little cast iron things. It'll be great. And you can paint them at home, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, once we figure out all these motherfuckers fighting like wheels and like giant swinging bar doors and the old like none shall pass with Gandalf standing in front of it. Like, I mean, he's fucking Hiroshima lightning thing on the door because it's like after he did his thing and like whatever, but it's a big door. And we have the little tiny mouse doors like get your ankles when you're trying to like wheel by with your spikes. Like, oh, you can get it. Like, it's very rock beats paper beats bar door beats lowrider beats 22s doesn't beat. I don't know, John. You see where I'm going with this, right?
I do.
And everything is solved, and we can all get back to our normal business of which is cooler, me with my hair up or me with my hair down. Stupid. Bro.
I took an article from a local online discoverwayburn.com, and I realized I actually didn't know where Wayburn was, and I was trying to find it. And looking at discoverwayburn.com, it was a whole lot of, hey, check out this and this and this, and would not tell me where it is. Apparently, it's in Canada. Anyway, okay, so in an article for Discover Wayburn, quote, we took a quick count of the number of wheels and doors here at our offices. That's right, they did this. The difference was ... staggering to say the least. We counted any wheel that is in contact with the ground, that is used to move an object, and a door as well. A door including a cupboard, closets, etc. In our office, if our office is any indication, then here at Wayburn, it is likely that there are more wheels than doors. The final count, ? There are 175 wheels, counting office chairs, and 33 doors, counting cupboards and closets. Don't worry, we will show our work, okay?
Okay, that was my biggest, like everything you said was halfway believable. Because you're like, you prefaced it, John. This is the whole thing. It's like how we needed continuity. Okay, they did the thing in the Wayburn, like, but I didn't understand until I found it was in Canada. Anyway, Canada says like, okay, we did this study. Like, okay, so we did a study, eh? And if what our office says is true, look at all of the wheels, yeah, and all of the doors. Brandon, did you count all of the doors? Yeah. Okay. What? There was only 33 doors, and Brandon shuts all of them. He doesn't even shut off lights, but he shuts doors. Brandon, shut off the light. And then all of the wheels, like 175. You can get almost like 2 twofers for that price at the old Moose Lodge. Yeah. Okie dokie. Well, I don't know if what it's saying. We'll show our work, eh? Hey, maple syrup and moose love. Good on ya.
So we're looking at some precedents on the internet of the doors versus wheels debate. And one that comes to mind before we get to the big one is, how would a dog wear trousers? From 2015, which is in Facebook. A Facebook user asked if trousers for dogs should cover the bottom 50% of a dog, 4 legs, tummy, and no tail, or the back 50%, the back legs, tail, and no front legs.
No, I don't. I'm not sure communication style. I didn't see the pivot into where we're going of a 1997 Facebook of dressing dogs. And in that same argument, never say the word tummy again.
But it's a puppy tummy.
No. Certain things Even a baby, like, oh, who's got a fucking belly? Who's got a little fucking fat belly? You can't understand my fucking words. Blah. And that's why I don't have children anymore. Jokes.
Logic says that a pair of trousers should cover all of your legs, but your heart tells you that a pair of trousers with 4 legs isn't a pair of trousers at all. A dog wearing trousers on its hindquarters, meanwhile, looks more human, but again, the argument is undone by the fact that the dog isn't human. And this people just argued. But really, folks might also remember the BuzzFeed dress phenomenon of 2015, when a highly contested debate about whether a cocktail dress was blue and black or white and gold took the world by storm. Unlike the wheels versus doors discussion, there was a real answer to this debate, as one girl claimed that she saw the dress in person and she saw that it was blue and black. And then color scientists got involved and reported that they concluded it was blue and black.
So, folks, anyone who's listening, and there's no way you can like what you've heard or appreciate what you've seen. Like at this point, it's a goddamn lost cause. But if for some unknown reason you have, I was as lost as you are. And what you need to understand, what I've learned, and I've grown as a person, is sometimes if you just let John rant and rave in a very rote, rehearsed fashion, he'll tell you what his point is. He's missing English 101 of tell you what he's going to tell you.
Huh?
He just jumps in halfway through his thought process. You know what? There was a dress and a thing, and there was also these people that didn't like it, but also, But folks, and I've grown as a person, if you just let him continue, it all comes to fruition. And it's like, I see. So you're talking about the human hysteria of what stupidity is and what stupidity does. None of us are as dumb as all of us. I think, and this, folks, has been Pete's Summation Corner.
So this sort of unimportant debate has proven to be an essential...
Put water in there.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this happens every once in a while. Whenever it happens, we got to give the good one. Here we go. There we go. Oh, he did it again.
John, I was going to say, every time this happens, you know the punishment, you got to do a shot. Are you ready? I drank some water. Let's do a shot.
All right, hold on. I got to actually prepare it because...
Wow. You are doing sound effects. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is the Two-Sided Podcast. This is how we roll. This is what you're tuning in for. Cheers! Bing, 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 bing. Yeah. Let's get through it. I got bubbles to pop, baby. Woo!
Here we go. So let's finish this up. This sort of unimportant... Oh, hold on. I need a little water.
You're fine. You're fine. Keep going. Keep going.
This sort of unimportant debate has proven to be an essential component of social media culture. Unlike other internet discussions, such as the 2015 dress that will go down in infamy, the wheels versus doors question doesn't rely on your personal perspective or how you physically see something. It's a matter of logic that would be nearly impossible to solve, which, of course, scratches our brains in a new and interesting way, making us all vigorously curious about the inane questions of whether the number of doors in the world is greater or lesser than the number of wheels. The question is just random. Like, is a hot dog a sandwich? It has no technical answer.
It has all the... John, you are asking the wrong questions to the wrong person. You're like, yes, there are answers. What is the sound of one hand clapping? Listen up, John. This.
Obviously, I would never ask that question.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? No, unless it's cut up, ground up, and put in bread. Unless you take the bread and you can reconstruct it, like in MasterChef Season 3, Junior, when he did the hot dog crumble, John, it's not like that. It's not like it's... Yeah, no, it's mainly like that. It's pretty much like... Yeah, it's exactly like that. So people who are not watching, John did the Little Shop of Horrors Feed Me Seymour plant, and he did the crane drop from Toy Story.
Toy Story, right? Oh, that crane!
Yeah, it's like, feed me, little Martian.
Ooh. Anyway, folks, go ahead. I'll keep going.
So point blank, there's no way to know whether there are more wheels than doors. Logic tells us there could be an answer to this question, but how would anyone possibly be able to measure a question of such stature in the mere time of an average lifespan? This is like, was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart poisoned, or was he not? We don't have enough evidence. We know that there could be an answer, but all of us want to throw something in because we heard something about his father or his girlfriend, or maybe he just had dysentery. We don't know. But people on the internet think otherwise. They believe that they just know whether there are more doors than wheels in the world, which of course they don't. Twitter users have put their logic and reasoning skills to the test by trying to solve this essentially impossible query.
God damn it! I had it for so long. I was being so nice. Like, oh, they were doing the thing for so long. Like, there was a joke about that. Oh, like, God damn it, John! Continue.
Mozart?
No, never mind. Keep going.
That was it. I finished. I was ready for you.
Oh, you're done. God damn it, man. Like, literally, it was before Mozart. It was right before Mozart. Fuck. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh, that there could be an answer, but how would anyone be able to possibly be able to measure questions of such stature in the mere time of an average lifespan?
See, this is, folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, anyone who's ever been in a play, who's performed on stage, and you are your first week off book, and you're on stage in a scene, like, I'm flying by the seat of my pants halfway here, and you get to a point, like, I just come up, you're like, line, and they're like, he says, and, like, and what? He says, and my lord, and my lord what? Like, okay, give him the last line, and they give him one line. You gotta go back for a paragraph, and at this point, we ain't goddamn rehearsals, John. This is our show. So, folks, you get a little peek behind the curtain of what we both have to deal with. John, with his beautiful research, amazing prose, the way he connects on people with paper quietly in a room when he writes it down is stunning. When he communicates in person with a group and or rocks that move, wheels that turn, doors seemingly open to him all the time. However, fire scares him, and he's unsure about the thing. So, and now I said the thing. No, I don't.
The thing. Fire.
See, folks. All right. Pop some bubbles, baby. Like, are you done? Are you done?
No, yeah. Let's move on.
If office burn away 33. No, all my notes
are
because I'm drunk.
I came into the podcast to hear my boy Pete confess his love to the big ginger baby. Hot shit goes down on this app.
I'm telling you what. It's like you should pay the $4.95 for my fans only, because the things I talk about. I don't even know.
Let's keep going.
Well, yeah.
I'm team wheels on this one. It's fucking wheels. There's more wheels than doors. I mean, even if, like, you gotta think, like, little tiny cars and shit. Yeah. But wait, there's so many doors in the house. Fuck.
Right? But it's the same thing. It's like, hey, does a rolling stone gather moss? Yeah, because if it's a slow... No, it doesn't. But... Hey.
Oh.
Right. Is 2 in the hand worth 3 in the bush? Well, it depends on when the bush was. Is it 84 bush or is it 2022 bush? Because totally different bushes.
How many leaves are on said bush?
Correct. My landscaper works a lot harder now than he did back in the day.
That's right.
I look at all the bushes in 1978 on my side of the street, and it's like, whoa, look at the size of that goddamn bush. Yeah. I'm not saying I don't like it, because sometimes, like, I wish I lived on that street. You know what I mean? Like, I wish, hey, garden, hey, let it grow. Let it grow. Sometimes things are better. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Now, well, we haven't really talked about our thoughts on it. Having researched it and looking into it, it is a thing about like, well, I just am going to apply my logic and I'm going to think. With the full understanding that I cannot know the answer, I feel logically there would be more wheels, because wheels could also be cogs and sprockets and things inside of watches and motors. Another thing, because it's a thing on an axis that either moves itself or something else.
So in that same way, John, talk about the wheels, the cogs in a watch. What about the little fucking spinny thing that is two doors that are opening and closing as it spins on the axis? So that little wheel, and you'll have a sprocket. When you talk about the sprocket, those are doors. If you look at the frame, especially in a watch, it'll be a closed idea. No. Oh, you have a watch? Look, I have headphones. I have a belly button. I have a side boob, John. Are we just showing shit now? What the fuck are you doing? Hey, in the key of stupid, I keep a pitch pipe and a goddamn clown nose around here for this.
Look at that. He's getting more loosey-goosey, ladies and gentlemen. He's actually enjoying the things that are coming at him, and he's bringing them on back.
No, I'm actively not enjoying any of this. I was supposed to do 190 hours community service, and instead they said, hey, do this fucking podcast with John. It'll only take a year. April 1st, you'll be fucking all right as rain. I was like, and John checks his watch to see when the anniversary is like coming.
Well, so the funny thing about this watch specifically is it has so many wheels on the front part of it.
The thing about my finger is that there's a scar on the back end and you can't see it. You cannot, John.
Look,
John.
1, 2, 3.
John.
Different.
John.
There. All right.
John.
1, 2, 3, 4,
John.
5, 6. 6 wheels happening right now on the front of my watch.
Damn it. And this is why Sailor Jerry is not good for people who are not good at drinking. No one wants to see your watch held up. Look, I have 5 belly button rings, and I'm going to hold. No, 2 fell out. 4, 3. I can't count. John, no one wants to see your watch.
All right. So you know my standpoint on the doors versus wheels debate. Wheels, 100%. However, what about windows?
What about sailors?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, I think, because I reckon there are more windows than anything else out of those two.
I would say.
So if we look at doors versus wheels versus windows, I reckon windows is the winner. Yep, definitely windows. Because even Matchbox cars have windows.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
Matchbox car has 4 wheels, 0 operating doors.
Oh, you are poor.
3, 4, 5, 6 windows. There you have it.
But I would, in my boy Paul, who would say, maybe windows, maybe walls.
Shout out to Paul.
Shout out to Paul. If he's here, shout out to Paul. Well, no, I mean, he's here. Like, he's with us in spirit. He's like...
He's still alive, we think.
I either had bad meat or good cheese. I couldn't remember the smell, but Paul was here. That's a joke. Shut up. He's the one of the funniest motherfuckers out there. John, cut this part out.
Hey, girl. Freaking internet to work. How you doing?
How you doing?
That was the issue. I got data on my phone, so I could use it, but for some Losing stereo with load until I got my Wi-Fi working. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Hey.
1 and 2.
Oh shit.
Happy to be here. How you doing, Foxy? How you doing, Mona Lisa? Happy to be here.
Yeah, you got that on your phone. Hey, I got that on my mind, girl. I got that on my mind. Woo!
We got a bit more from her. Let's pop them out.
No. Yeah, pop them out, baby. Can I keep drinking? Can I keep doing that?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't scroll down. How you doing, Mr. V? Hi, Mike. MFA here. How you doing?
But you know what? The thing about MFA, I love her. If she sticks around long enough, she knows her audience, or she knows our audience, and she knows we'll initially alienate half of them. Like, she left her message. There was like, when she said scroll down, I was like, is there scrolling down? No, motherfucker. Ain't scrolling down. No.
Well, Kenny Wayne Shepherd did the song Blue on Black, Tears on a River. Well,
yep.
Cocktail Dress, I think. I don't know. Maybe it was about a beating.
I'm unsure.
He did it again.
Whoa.
Got his fucking chase and did straight captain. Oh no, Sarah Jerry, what are you doing shots of?
Yeah, Sailor.
Lost.
Sailor Jerry. It's the devil. It's the devil. If the devil went down to Georgia and had heavy cocktails, John, drink more water too. Cheers. I don't believe you, man.
Stop telling me to do what I do. I'm stupid.
This is. God damn it, man. Here's the deal, folks, and this is why, because I'm a concerned goddamn friend. People shouldn't do what we do in their life choices. Like no one should willingly. Wow, look at him. Oh no. It was that turned out awful. Like at first, like he's drinking it all, so then you're like, "Gah, ah, what are you doing?" No, stop doing that. Fucking brilliant, but it's John has been drinking copious amounts of whiskey, which is like it does things to you. But when you're having a higher proof, when you're having like the wild turkey 101, like when you're having a little higher I'm like, cool, I'm going to do more shots. And you're doing it's like, hey, I didn't realize it was coming to play today.
Right.
I'm doing the same numbers.
Hey-oh.
I should have taken my make off when I went to go live. Hey, I need makeup. Look at him, folks. John, your eyes are so blue.
Talking to you is like clapping with one hand. What is it called? In a mosh.
Talking to you, John, is like getting the clap in my hand. That's a joke.
Well, if that's a sprocket, then what's the deal with Toad the Wet Sprocket?
Oh, no, you did not. So this one time, I was walking on the ocean. I was stepped on the shore, earth becomes water, step becomes more. But also, I was at my good friend Bill Spacely, and he's like, "Come on down to my shop. It's called Spacely Sprockets." And
I love Spacey Sprockets.
Well, I mean, they employ all the parolees, all the people who are just need one step up. Like it's a whole nonprofit.
The Jetsons, if you will.
I mean, the Jettisons of the world.
There you go.
Right? Boom, baby. That's what we're here for,
people.
That's what we're here for. God damn it, John. See, when we work together in tandem, pick it up.
Hey, motherfucking America's here. Damn it, the party's started.
Now we're talking. I feel like we're almost like we should be the Chuck Wooleries of the world, where people who haven't connected with. I was like, oh shit, MFA's here. It's like, that's right. You might know her, you might love her from Twitch, but you've seen her here on the Two-Sided Pod. Folks, let's all give shout-outs to MFA. Leave messages for her. We'll play them back and we'll talk later. MFA, you can respond. We'll play them back for your fans.
Come on, Sprockets, for us to dance.
Oh.
It's springtime, and I'm as happy as a little girl. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's good.
Hey, we're starting to round the here episode out, so I'm going to talk about the sources. The sources for this episode of Two Sided have been, for our first segment, law360.com, variety.com, Wikipedia a little bit, fortune.com, vox.com. For the fun, for the wheels versus doors segment, there were actually more sources because it's so stupid and crazy. Anyway, CNN chimed in. The Daily Mail of UK chimed in. The Discovery Weyburn, I love those guys. Today.com, The Guardian, TikTok, and YouTube. Whole lot of different accounts, and I'm not even going to go into them.
Hey, Brandon, he said Weyburn on his sources. Yeah, he said all the wheels you counted in his show. Okie dokie, I'll tell him. Okie dokie. Brandon says thanks for citing us, eh? Good on ya, mate. Okay.
As we bring this to a close, my boy Pete, is there anything from this episode you'd like to take a second look at, a second glance, a second guess, a second opinion? This is Pete's Retraction Corner.
I feel like there is no retraction in this. I'm very correct in all of my statements. Even if you want me to stop with my naysaying or saying of nay, I won't, John. All of it was correct. It was all valid. It was all correct. And you are a good ginger friend. And I wish only the best for you, but I'm prepared for the worst. Hey, you fake? You puff bowls, bro? Sweet. Pretty cool, bro. I like your makeup. No, John. You want more? John, here's the deal. And that's why I can't listen to him. This is why he's like, we're keeping it friendly. And then he's going to drink a bunch and taunt me. I'm going to look deeply into you with my nice lashes and my blue eyes and my fucking makeup cheeks. Look at your eyelash. Did you do your own makeup? Are you doing Ben Nye? Or is there a makeup artist? Because you've done it well.
I do my own, and it is Ben Nye.
See? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, true artists know that character makeup is Ben Nye. And John, are you? I can go on a limb and say you are definitely not a tan rose. You are not a peachy. You are like a ghost, a pale ghost fart. You are.
I have to mix straight up white with the lightest tan they have.
Yeah, what we do, we call it Miss Through a Fence. Brought to you by John L. Peacock. Hey, is there a little ginger in you? Do you need to be on stage and not be seen through when the lights come on? Try the Miss Through a Fence by John Peacock. If you buy one tube of Satan's Side Boob hot sauce, you'll get a free two-sided base makeup of Miss Through a Fence by John L. Peacock. Order today.
This is the perfect time to talk about our upcoming products, along with our many wonderful t-shirts of The Less You Know. We will also be having Satan's Side Boob hot sauce. There's a little side boob in all of us.
Let's go ahead, John. Let's give room to breathe. This is where the communication comes in, where you read the list, right? So, hey, folks, we're going to do a little product pitching now of what we're doing. So no, keep that goddamn pad close at hand, John. You're going to need to pick it up real soon. There you go. Don't look away. Look at me. Your eyes are beautiful. No, now look away. Now look away. No, don't. No, look at me. No, look away. Ah! Okay. Folks, if you like hot sauce, and I know you do, if you listen to Two-Sided Pod, and I'm pretty sure you are if you're hearing this now. I don't know how time continuum works, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Which leads me to the next question. Have you hit the subscribe, the like, and the alert button? If you haven't, now's a great time. Anyway, if you like good comedy, you like a good hot sauce. So Satan's Side Boob is for you. Brought to you by Two-Sided Pod. It's mainly piss and vinegar. Well, I mean, no, we can't say that, John. Give that back. because that's funny.
Tell us about Satan's Side Boob there, my boy Pete.
Satan's Side Boob is brought to you by all the hottest peppers, the deepest greens, the hottest hots, all the capsaicin you could possibly imagine. Do you like Scotch bonnet? Do you like scorpion pepper? Do you like the red ghost pepper? Well, you haven't seen nothing yet. This is the two-sided pod pepper. It is a pepper that will actively hunt your family down and burn them when they poop after you eat it for the next 2 years. Your family, we do the 23andMe, it's the 23 and Satan's Side Boob hot sauce. You take a little bit and we will trace your family through all their crying, painful life.
That's right, my boy Pete. And for those of you who are a little bit older, a little bit wiser, a little bit less affected by hot stuff, but really want that film noir style hot sauce, that's right, we got silhouetted breast. Silhouetted breast. It can come to you live with the hot boob right on the side.
Folks, sometimes you're not in the mind for a hot wing style sauce. Sometimes you're with that special someone. The lights are dark, the spice is just right. And don't you want to go a little further, dig into that hot bite that burns you just right, but leaves you wanting more? Oh, so much more. Now's the time. Silhouette Breast by Two-Sided Pod. Also bring you Satan's Side Boob. Bring it to you now.
And remember, no kink shame. That's right, no kink shame hot sauce. It's a real good one. No kink shame.
Jesus Christ.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Is that all we're doing? Is that it? You don't have any more products? I've done product ideas for like 7 years. How are you not rich, John? Read more. Keep your notebook out. Anyway, folks, ladies and gentlemen, John's dyslexia has taken hold. The drungos have hit the building. None shall pass. None shall pass.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
That's all we have tonight for you. We're going to get off our YouTube Live, and if you've hung in this long, I truly think you have other issues to worry about, like maybe count a wheel or a door in your house. Like better than this. I'm not trying to wheel or door shame, John.
No kink shame.
No, I'm not trying to sell hot sauce. I'm trying to don't wheel or door shame. You can kink shame all you want. Like literally, are you counting doors and wheels? That's fucking kinky. You're awful. Come on, John. Help me out here, bro. Folks, if you've liked...
We have our open chat show on stereo every Tuesday, same start time as tonight. So if you'd like to join us or you want to throw some topics out there, email twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO sidedpod@gmail.com. And remember to join us on stereo in the green room right now at 30 after the hour in about 7 minutes from now for our after show wind down. That's a wrap for tonight. I'm John L. Peacock in the Dirty Mitten.
I'm my boy Pete, and I'm so ashamed of how the whole last 10 minutes of this show went, John. I am ashamed, appalled, and I will have word for you in the green room happening right now. And if you don't like this, that's it.
And this was our show. You can listen to our shows.
I will hold out longer than you, John. You need to learn your lesson.
I realize that now. Wow. Okay, so
it's only taken 1 year. On April 1st, this will be our 1 year anniversary. It only took John a year to realize, hold your goddamn tongue and let me use a good long pause to make a goddamn joke. I will wait. John has never been in an interrogation room. The whole thing is done. I'm not saying shit. No, look at him. Look at him. He wants to talk right now. Look at him. That haunted eye. He's seen the face of Satan. and it wears makeup just like him.
You can listen to our shows wherever you get our podcast. And you could also join us live on our YouTube channel, Two-Sided Podcast, and on the Stereo app every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the fun and the serious, here on Two-Sided.
Two-sided. I can't stand you. I'm a pirate. Yeah, I'm a pirate. You're a pirate.
You're okay, John. Good night, baby. Are you playing it again? No. Hey, dummy. Do you always play it? I don't like it. No, it was fuck shit.